Frazier and Maestro styles, you know we got one. Right back like we left something. We don't duck smoke, we want all of it. So line them up, Trey sharp with the blade, you know we sizing it up. I'm quick to catch the fade, you know Styles making the cut. Cause we coming out clean every time that we showing up.
It's gonna be called The Barbershop.
Yo, what's good? What's good, family? Welcome back to a brand new episode of the Barbershop Sports Talk Podcast. We are live on our Instagram account at Barbershop Sports Talk Podcast. We're also live on our Facebook page, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, at Barbershop SPOR2 as well. I'm Trey Frazier, and that's the homie Maestro Styles over there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's good, man? How's the week been?
Tired, a lot of work, man, but it's cool, man. It's cool. What about you? How are you?
Man, I was sick as a dog yesterday.
Yeah, allergies coming. The allergies is happening. It's a thing now. So
yeah, that's real. That's real. For me, it wasn't even allergies, man. It was like my appetite. I didn't eat lunch yesterday. I didn't even eat all that great yesterday, but it went from that to a headache, and took some aspirin and all that stuff, and woke up feeling much better this morning. So ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, allergies is getting me. I had a no homo, a sore throat this morning, but I'm good.
That pollen.
I don't know, man. I don't know what it is, but I was definitely. I'm good. I'm better now. I guess because I'm in the house, but it's been a rough 2 days.
Yeah, yep, no doubt. Hey, first off, man, let me give a shout out to all the ladies that got drafted last night at the WNBA Draft. Shout out to everybody that went to cover it. I saw our good friend Megan cover the draft there. Saw a few other people there that covered it as well. So I saw your tweet this morning in regard to Angel Reese and the Mystics and them, passing up over her to draft Aaliyah Edwards. So
right. No shade to Aaliyah Edwards. Let me be clear. I'm not. I look. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I've been watching women's college basketball at all this season. Like I'm all of a sudden somebody who got a real thought out opinion about these individual players. I just know who I wanted. And we passed on her. And look, this is what I will say. And again, this don't use me as the authority or the expert advice. When I looked at Andrew Reese's stats and I looked at Aaliyah Edwards' stats, Andrew Reese's stats even looked better. So I gotta assume it was a fit thing for them. But I wanted Andrew Reese. I think that would have boded better for the Mystics than Aaliyah Edwards. And again, that's no shade to Aaliyah Edwards. And for the sake of the Mystics, I hope I'm wrong, but I want Angel Reese.
Well, and I'm sure a lot of Mystics fans wanted Angel Reese because of the not local connection, but not far away.
I like her attitude. With Baltimore. I like her attitude, man. I'm not going. Sure, the Baltimore thing, but I like her attitude. I think that's something that would be good. That's good for my team. I think that's something that's like that attitude, that competitive spirit is something that would be good for the Mystics. That's what I wanted in DC. No, again, that's no shade to Aaliyah Edwards. I just don't know much about Aaliyah Edwards. I know I like Angel Reese's attitude.
So Aaliyah Edwards is the girl in the Final Four game that got called the foul on that gave Iowa the game.
I'm aware of that. I'm just again, I haven't followed her long enough. Angel Reese is Angel Reese. If there's Caitlin Clark and then there's Angel Reese in my as far as star power, let me say. So I can't see. It's funny because when shit hit the fan and I started seeing mock drafts about how she could fall to the Mystics.
Yeah,
me and you thought that was like it's no way she's gonna fall to 6 or 8 where we believe the Mystics was gonna be at the time. There's no way. We thought it was no way she was gonna fall that low. So the fact that I kept on seeing mock drafts that had her possibly even getting passed by the Mystics or going to the Mystics. I'm like, all right, well, bet. I've even seen other sports pundits. I believe it was Ashley Baker. Shout out Ashley, I think, who was saying something similar, like, we could get Angel Reese. But for me, it was just like that. For me, that was easy. That was easy. There shouldn't have been no disrespect to Leah Edwards or JC Sheldon, who was another person who I saw in the mock draft us picking up. If Angel Reese is there, I don't see why you don't get her. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, and it's crazy because, so FYI, so I did watch about 30 minutes of the draft while I was trying to recover from being sick last night. And you know how when they get to the pick and they talk about on the little bar on the bottom what the needs are for the team, it was talking about the Mystics need size, the Mystics need rebounding and all that stuff. And I'm like, oh, that's what Angel Reese can do, right? So, by the time it got to the Mystics, I was for certain that they were going to take Angel Reese.
Right.
And, when they took Aaliyah Edwards, it was like, but like you, I'm not against, Aaliyah Edwards because I've watched her play a little bit and I think she's a good player. Obviously, she's not the star that Angel Reese is, but Aaliyah Edwards is a good player. And the Mystics not only passed up on her, but the team that drafted her, the Chicago Sky, passed up on her with once. That first pick. Right. And I thought that the Chicago Sky won the draft, at least that first, within the first 10, 12 picks of the draft. I thought Chicago won because of who they got. They got Angel Reese, obviously, and they got the girl from South Carolina. That's going to be a lot of rebounding for that team, and I think they're going to be better for it. So,
sure. Like I was disappointed again. No shade to Leah Edwards. I don't know, but I want Angel Reese and we can get her. And if Angel Reese ends up going crazy in Chicago or Washington doesn't, they're not competitive for, let's say 2, 3, and, then I'm going to have a problem. If those two things happen, I'm going to have a problem because we could have gotten her.
Yeah. So I guess the other thing I learned last night is that Elena Delle Donne is not playing this season. And I don't remember why they said so, but
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, it seems like she's taking a year off or something. So
see, that irritates me. That irritates me just a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
And
knowing that, if you're the team, knowing that, you might want to think about taking up Angel Reese there.
Yeah, I mean, again. And maybe, like I said, maybe Aaliyah Edwards is exactly who the Mystics needed. I just don't have enough information on her. I just know who I wanted, and I didn't get who I wanted, so here I am.
Hey, well, I'm seriously thinking about looking at the Mystics schedule and thinking, when Chicago comes to play y'all, that I might have to go to a game just to watch Angel Reese and homegirl that's going to be playing beside her.
But now she the ops though.
Yeah.
Now she
is. But hey,
I mean, not necessarily for you, but certainly for me.
I think for everybody it's the ops kind of because you kind of play everybody in the playoffs. The playoff system's kind of different in the WNBA. So there's no East versus West. There's no East playoffs, West playoffs. It's however they seed y'all is how they seed them. So I guess for me, she kind of is the ops as well. But
who is am I assuming your WNBA team is the Liberty? Am
absolutely.
I assuming that? Okay. I just never heard you say it, so I was just
Yeah, we used to. Well, I think I've said a couple times here on the podcast. That
all right, well, I'm a bad listener.
It's all good. It's all good. I'll remind the folks out there that when the 1997 season came, the inaugural year, we used to get tickets to those games, and we'd go to those games, and those were some fun teams to watch. As a matter of fact, too, the other thing I learned last night too is Teresa Weatherspoon coaches the Chicago Sky. And she's, in my opinion, Hall of Fame player.
Yeah.
Played with the Liberty for a few years. She was one of my favorites. When the Liberty first formed, and I think that's a great look for her. It's a great look for that team. Angel Reese even talked about it last night, saying how she's looking forward to playing for her. She run through a brick wall for Teresa Weatherspoon. So yeah, man. New York Liberty. That's the team right there. And like you said,
I guess she said all the right things.
She said, "Yeah."
I hate when people say shit like that. I hate people
politically correct, man. PC.
I get it. I hate it until she do some shit you don't like, right? And then,
yeah. I guess. Hey, let me not let this go aside here. We got a dude coming on the podcast, special guest, Justin from the Above the Rim podcast. It's a basketball podcast. He does some dope content. He's going to come on with us in about 15 minutes. We're going to talk NBA playoffs. As you know, the play-in games start tonight, Maestro.
Yeah.
In the West, we got the East playing games tomorrow, and then Saturday is the real deal. As a matter of fact, I got tickets, and shout out to my guy Sim. I got tickets for myself and the family to go to game 1 against whoever comes out of that Philly-Miami game tomorrow night. So I'm definitely looking forward to getting to that game on Saturday. I hope that's the game that they select for the playoff lounge, because it wouldn't make any other sense to pick another game during the week. Saturday's perfect. So definitely looking forward to that, man. Hey, you want to celebrate some lives that we lost last week, man?
Yeah, man. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Let's do that. Let's do that. Rest in peace, DJ Mr. C. I want to start off there. Obviously one of the top DJs in New York City. He was Big Daddy Kane's DJ, from way back. Also discovered Biggie, along the way there. Produced a bunch of stuff for Biggie as well. And did some stuff with Hot 97, like in his later years. I know we worked at Hot 97 for a few years now, and it's kind of shocking to hear that he passed away, because nobody said anything about him going through any kind of sickness or illness or anything like that. So it just kind of caught people off guard and all that. So I was really, really surprised to hear him pass away. So, condolences to his family. And again, rest in peace to the late, great DJ Mr. C.
For sure. While we're talking about lates and greats, rest in peace to Rico Wade of the Dungeon Family Organized Noise Production Crew, TLC, Outkast, a lot of that stuff down south in the early, in the 90s. I can't even say the early 90s, the 90s. That's a loss. That's a major loss, man.
Facts.
Major loss to the music community, man. Rest in peace, Rico Wade.
No doubt. Rest in peace to O.J. Simpson.
Yeah.
One of the greatest running backs in NFL history. Won a Heisman Trophy when he was at USC. Drafted first by the Buffalo Bills. Rushed for 2,000 yards, I think, in a season, which is kind of crazy to think about when you consider they only played 14 games in a season back then, and he was able to do that, when only 14 games versus some of the guys later, in the league when they expanded to 16 games to do it for 2,000 yards. So definitely an all-time great. Obviously he had the double murder charge.
Nah.
What?
I mean, look, I don't know that. I just don't care for going into the negative when we're talking about somebody who passed. I get that you just.
Well, I am not trying to. Here's what I don't want to do. I'm not retrying the case. I'm not here to say, oh, I believe this happened. I believe that happened. The prosecutor. I'm not here to do that. I'm just if we're gonna talk about O.J. Simpson. I started off with his NFL career, which we both obviously went around for. We went around to see him do that. Obviously, we saw footage of his highlights and stuff like that.
Yeah, let's talk like not to cut you off, but let's talk about when that man ran for 273 yards in a game when the quarterback was trash and only threw for 29 yards and they still won the game. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's fair. That's fair. For me, and I'm 41 years old. So when I think of O.J. Simpson, and look, unfortunately, this happened, but I'm 41 years old. I wasn't alive to see O.J. Simpson live. So for me, it's, unfortunately what happened 30 years ago. The thing that I could point out to is me watching the NBA Finals as a Knicks fan in '94, and for them to air the Bronco chase while trying to watch the game was crazy. Like that was crazy. So you have that
movie star.
Movie star. Did commercials.
The movie that I remember the most. I'm sorry, I ain't mean to cut you off, but Naked Gun 33 1/3. That was the joint where I remember OJ in the most. Yeah, man. I don't know. I might be still sensitive because I was listening to another podcast where they was kind of talking about what OJ's legacy is, and I get it.
Yeah.
That's probably the more notable thing in the past 30 years. Certainly me and your existence.
Yeah.
I just don't like it because it's just a negative connotation on it, and it feels like we speaking ill of him.
We're not speaking ill of him. I don't feel like I spoke ill of him.
Okay. If you don't feel that way, then I gotta respect that.
Like I said, I'm not trying to revisit the case. I don't care about that. I'm just talking about in my existence, what I know of OJ was that Bronco chase while I'm trying to watch the NBA Finals in 1994. Here's what I'll do also. Props to Cameron and Mace and Stat Baby, aka Treasure Wilson. Props to them for bringing him on the platform, talk football, crack jokes, do all that kind of a stuff when no other networks was going to touch him for their services. And these guys, and again, shout out to them, they kind of brought OJ kind of back into the public. So I want to give them props for doing that, and at least giving us the lasting memories of seeing OJ, whether you're watching it on YouTube, TV, or whatever. I want to credit them for at least giving us those final moments of watching OJ in a positive light.
Yeah, I agree. Well, okay, I agree with that. And Caitlyn Jenner, that was nasty. What you said?
Yeah,
that was nasty.
Straight foul.
That was absolutely
straight foul.
That was absolutely nasty.
Straight foul.
Yeah.
But again, rest in peace to O.J. Simpson.
For sure.
Rest in peace, man. Shout out to we got folks in the chats. Mike Patton. Shout out to you. My guy Sean Sims. Shout out to you. Facebook Live chat. When
the Wizards make it back to the playoffs, man, I be in these playoff ticket conversations, man.
Yeah. Hey, y'all beat Milwaukee the other week.
Yeah,
I know that's not saying a lot given what Milwaukee's kind of been like, the last couple of weeks. But hey, you got to win against a 500 team. you got to win against a 500 or better team.
Hey, what you doing right now? What you're doing right now is cool. I'm gonna just go ahead and accept it because your team the number 2 seed, so I'm gonna just go ahead and accept it. But
I'm sorry that you're taking us that shade. It's really not shade, bro.
No, that felt like shade, my G. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Well, no, look. Actually, I should thank you and your team because of that win that y'all got over Milwaukee is why we're the number 2 seed, because we got the 50 wins, number 2 seed in the Eastern Conference, and the Bucks fall to the number 3 seed by a game. So had you guys lost to the Milwaukee Bucks, we would be the 3 seed right now. So I actually got to thank your team in some respect.
All right, that's a good cleanup. I respect it.
So and for real, man, I can't wait till these playoffs get the rolling, man, because it's just so much negativity this week, leading up to the real playoffs, man. There's this talk about should the Knicks have beat the Bulls on Sunday? Should they have just dropped to 3 to play the Pacers instead of drawing either the Heat or the Sixers? Look, man, I don't give a damn who we play as long as we don't play the Celtics early. My team can beat anybody in the East right now, minus the Celtics. Like I don't care.
You don't think
I don't care. In a 7-game series, right now, best starting 5 over there, and they healthy. I don't think so.
Okay.
But we'll revisit this when we get to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah, because I don't like that energy at all, bro. But I hear you. But I mean, I guess you known for being objective. I ain't.
Is it not the best starting 5?
I don't give a damn. If I'm in your shoes, I don't give a damn what it is. I remember. Look, I'm telling you. It was a long time ago, but I don't know if you remember this. A long time ago.
Yeah, I know. You're about to tell me about the Sixers and Embiid and. Y'all, you said you picked the Wizards in 7 or 6 or something like that. Yeah, I know.
Hey, man.
I know.
Because I'm going.
I know.
I'm going. When it's time to roll, I'm going, Slim.
No, look, I'm gonna go too. I'm just saying that ain't the conversation right now because we're not playing the Celtics right now. We playing either the Miami Heat or the Philadelphia 76ers.
Hey, my
and
nigga,
I love my chances against both of those teams right now.
Words become things, my nigga.
Talk to me when we get to the Eastern Conference Finals. Trust me, I'll have a different tune come Eastern Conference Finals time. But for right now, we could beat anybody in the East right now. I'm not worried about the Pacers. I'm damn sure not worried about Milwaukee right now. You just heard earlier today that Giannis is not going to start the series against the Pacers, and they're thinking that he's going to come in maybe middle of the series, toward the end of the series. And I'll be honest with you, and this is early predictions before we get to that topic when Justin comes on. Pacers in 5, man. Yeah.
I mean, no. It's funny you bring the Bucks up because I was watching a YouTube clip on ESPN. I don't guess it was First Take, and they was talking about Dame seems unhappy and he don't want to be there and all these types of things. And hey man, that makes sense to me. That makes sense to me. Like, all right, maybe these dudes is going to have an early exit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Now
they don't play defense.
They don't play defense. Brook Lopez is slow. Bobby Portis is slow. When I'm just saying slow compared to what the Pacers bring to the table, right? Like the Pacers are gonna run you up and down the floor. These dudes gonna put a $150 on you easy, and and it's the playoffs, so things could slow down a little bit. But Milwaukee doesn't defend very well, so this is going to be a track meet, and Milwaukee is just too old to keep up with these guys. I mean, the best shot they got is if Dame go crazy, and I'm not talking 30-point crazy. Dame got to go 40-point crazy. Yeah, he got to go crazy if they're gonna have a chance, man.
Yeah, that's a fact. Hey, that's a fact. I don't disagree. I just I didn't. I guess he's getting a divorce. I mean, all this. Dame. He got a lot of shit going on, man. He got a lot of shit going on. And this is me watching ESPN. He don't really want to be there. Like all the, whatever it is that's going on. It don't seem like maybe this is going to be a good thing for the Bucks, and go on, get Dame out of there if you can. Like he going through enough shit, man. At least you could do is try to get him to somewhere where it's sunny at.
Yeah, Mike Patton, I disagree with you.
What?
Ain't gonna be no defense played in this series. this Pacers Bucks series.
It's going to be a defense is option. Yeah. But no, I think he's saying the same thing you saying, or we saying. It's going to be an optional, like defense is going to be optional.
Oh, okay. I misread that. I misread that. My fault. My fault.
But, and he don't got y'all going to the Eastern Conference Finals.
I saw that. I saw that.
So respond to him. Don't post it on our damn shit right there because I know you got the option. That's what you doing.
Yeah, I posted it. I posted it.
Well, then if you respond,
I was going to address him. We was just in the middle of a conversation.
All right, cut me off next time.
I gotta know who he think gonna beat the Knicks in the first 2 rounds here because we playing the best. Well, Philly's got an 8-game winning streak, but damn all that. Knicks playing the best basketball right now. Knicks could play defense. Knicks are healthy. Say what you want about Julius Randle. We know Julius Randle is gone. He's not coming back. We don't expect him. We got who we got. OG Anunoby's healthy. Mitchell Robinson is healthy. DiVincenzo is shooting threes like crazy. And Brunson's putting up 40. So I gotta know who he think gonna beat the Knicks in these first 2 rounds here.
Wow.
So
he said the Bucks about to get in y'all eyes.
Bucks too slow. They too slow. They too old, man.
They old? I mean,
so that means he got the Bucks beating the Pacers somehow.
He said if the Bucks get to see y'all. I mean, that's what he said. If they get to see y'all.
Man, ain't no if. Them niggas going home. They going home in the first round.
I feel you, player.
They going home. they going home, bro. I'm sorry for all y'all Milwaukee fans out there. I don't know what to tell you. The dude going home, man. Shout out to Brian Williams. That's the homie. What's going on? What's going on? Yeah. What else you got, man? Before
I am irritated. We got to have this conversation about statues now.
Yep.
I don't look. What's the and let me be clear. I don't know what Philly Stadium looks like on the outside. I don't know what these stadiums. I don't know what I know what Capital One look like. Any of I know what the Hawk Stadium look like. I know where what I'm getting at is why even call that little ass statue a statue? Why even call it a statue? Like what like that's got to be a different name. Let's be clear about something. Allen Iverson is the franchise the best player to ever play for that franchise in Philadelphia. Historical Hall of Fame figure, and y'all felt like that was the best representative of your best player in franchise history.
The 50 and over crowd gonna be mad at you, but go ahead.
Yeah, who y'all?
I'll let you cook. I'll let you cook.
Yo, y'all stamping it? Okay.
No. I agree with you. I'm just making a point that the 50 and over crowd gonna be mad at you.
Like Dr. J.
Yeah.
No, sorry, it's AI. Sorry, not sorry. It's AI. Like, nah, dog. I hear you. I hear you, Mike Patton. Nah, it's AI. Nah, the respect. I get it. The man.
Yeah.
I know
he was a highlight. He was a highlight.
No disrespect to Dr. J. This is not a disrespectful thing. This might just be an age thing, and that's fine. AI. If you're gonna put AI on it, does Dr. J have a statue? Does he have a statue out there?
So let me address something.
Okay.
And I'm glad you brought the question up. So. Yeah. I learned something, and I did see all the discourse about the statue that AI got. Congratulations on being honored, deserved.
For sure.
So here's what I found out. First of all, go ahead.
I feel like it's a slap in the face. I feel like that statue is a slap in the face.
Okay.
That little ass statue. Go ahead.
So let me. I'll tell you what I learned. I'll tell you what I learned throughout the discourse, and shout out Liz Robbins because she does the research. So first off, all the statues that the Sixers have, Dr. J, Charles Barkley, Will Chamberlain, a few others.
Okay.
So first of all, This is at the Sixers practice facility. This isn't even at the arena. So I got a problem with the Sixers having statues at a practice facility versus the arena, because what the hell do I want to go to the practice facility for?
Right.
I'm going to games, right? And if I'm going to games, I want to be able to see statues of my legends. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I got a problem with that, number one. Number two, all the statues that are there existing, believe it or not, are close to the same size as what the Iverson statue is. And when I mean same size, I'm talking about base of the statue, plate, and all that. I'm talking about that. So
basically, what I hear you saying is like, and again, if that's the best way you can rep for your players, and I get that, in certain franchises you got to rep more than one player. Then shout out, congratulations to AI on the statue. My expectations were too high, so now I can guaranteed say Dwayne Wade's statue is not going to be going to be something similar. I'm assuming.
Don't put that on the Heat. It's two different organizations. Some organizations do things differently than others. I'm not gonna put the Heat in that lane of how they want to honor their legends. You know, as far as like the statue's concerned, he's gonna get one, and he's gonna get one, no doubt.
Yeah, but they was announced that he was gonna get one. I felt
right.
Okay, but this is me tempering my expectations then, because when I think statue, and let's be clear, and I didn't know it was at a practice facility. I don't like that. Even like that makes it even worse for me.
Yeah, I hate that. I hate that.
I leave that right where it's at.
I hate that.
I think statue. Like, call this shit another name, or call it a bust. Call it, I don't know. Call it another name than a statue.
You got to call all them other ones a bust, because they're almost as close to the same size as the AI one.
That's cool then. But then I'm not as mad, but then that's just like, nah, man, I don't like it. I don't like it. If you're going to announce before this, if you're going to announce AI is getting a statue, or Dwayne Wade is getting a statue, like these players that are the best or top two or whatever you want to put it in as far as their stature with the franchise.
Mm-hmm.
I need that statue. I need that historical where when I go to your city, I'm getting an Instagram flick. Like I need that.
Yeah. Hey, Mike, that's a problem for me.
Yeah.
So something to do with land, like that's a problem. That means you don't own the land where your arena at? Like that's a problem for me.
Yeah, man. I mean, at some point, I would assume they're not allowing that, because at some point that stadium might not be there forever. So that stadium got to go.
They're talking about giving the Sixers a new stadium anyway in downtown Philly. So we'll see how that shapes up. But if they do that, then they got to move them statues from Camden
over to
downtown Philly. Yeah,
figure it out.
Facts.
Figure it out.
Facts. Hey, so let's get our guest in here. So let's welcome the homie here. We got Justin from the Above the Rim podcast, which you could check out on all your platforms, YouTube, Spotify, Apple, and all that good stuff. Justin, welcome to the show, man. Thanks for coming on, man. How you feeling?
I'm doing good. What's going on, fellas? Appreciate the invite, my man. Appreciate the invite, fellas. I'm happy you guys invited me to your platform. Let's get to talking about this hoops right now. So, we got a lot of good action starting tonight. So I appreciate the invite, fellas. Much respect.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, well, let's get straight into it, man. The Above the Rim podcast. What got you started?
Damn. I started the show probably about I believe it's been on about 4 or 5 years now. 5 years, maybe, and some change. I had a podcast before this, but I had it was like a comedy podcast that I had with my boy, just starting out. This was early in the podcast game, like not. A lot of these new podcasts that have come out now. I've been one of the guys who's been out there since a while ago. So it's been about 5+ years now since I've been podcasting. And what got me into the show? I mean, I've always been talking hoops my whole life. I mean, like everybody who knows me in real life knows that I've been around basketball my entire life. I've been playing ball my whole life. I grew up in Brooklyn, Flatbush, Brooklyn. So basketball is a way of life.
Hey.
Oh, you guys from Brooklyn?
Nah, I'm from DC, but
DC
cat.
Yeah.
Nah, he a DC cat. I grew up in Bed-Stuy, bro. I went to Bishop Lockland High School, man.
Oh shit! Okay, my cousin went there. Okay, look at you.
Yes, sir.
Nice,
Yes,
nice,
sir.
nice. That's great. That's great. Yeah. So, what was I saying? Yeah. So, growing up here at basketball, that's just a way of life here. So, growing up here,
Yep.
you playing ball, you hooping, you rapping, whatever the case may be, you doing something. But I've been playing ball my whole life, so I've been talking basketball my whole life, and around the time I didn't really started to, like be a podcast per se, or in that like type of genre. I was basically just talking sports on the mic. I was doing a lot of analysis work, evaluating a lot of games, because that's just something that I've been doing a long time. So it's just been a couple of years that I've been doing this, and I'm glad that I'm still doing this, because a lot of people drop off, as you know, in this game as well. People who have been doing it a year or two. It's hard work to keep it consistent and being persistent in this game. So, but yeah, man, that's pretty much my story, fellas.
All right.
All right,
How far
no
did you go? How far is playing ball? Played college ball or what?
Oh no, just high school ball, just high school ball.
Okay. And
Just high school ball.
That's
What high
I
school you went to?
Yeah. James Madison High School.
James Madison. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So it's around. It's close to Flatbush, about Kings Highway. So if you're from Brooklyn, then you know where James Madison High School is.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, man. But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. I've been hooping my whole life, really. I still, to this day, we still go out there. Not right now. It's a little cold, but
yeah.
Every Sunday, me and the fellas, we go out there and we hoop. Man, how about y'all? Y'all still hoop, fellas, or y'all hung it up? Jersey and Raptors.
I went and played ball about 3 weeks ago. About 3 weeks ago.
Okay. Oh,
about 3
all
weeks
right.
ago. No, I don't worry. I'm trash. I'm trash now. So I'm cold trash now. I went and played with some youngins, and clearly the youngins wasn't really playing serious. So I got out on sheer experience. But I was hurting. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Look,
Trey, what about you, man? You still hooping?
No, look, man. I get up shots every now and then. So my son's into youth sports, so he's playing soccer. And then sometimes when they open a school right here in the neighborhood, I just take him right into the gym, and they get shots up and stuff. So he'll get his shots up. I'll just get my shots up, but I'm not about to run up and down no full court at age 41. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, but you got to stay active,
you got to stay a little bit active.
That's true.
I ran half court, and my daughter plays basketball, so I still got to be a little bit active to be able to run with her. So
Yeah, man. Absolutely. I hear that, fellas.
All right, man. Well, let's get straight into it, man. The play-ins are tonight. The Western Conference play-ins are tonight. We have the
so we got the Lakers and the Pelicans.
I'm drawing a cold blank, yeah.
and we got the Warriors in Sacramento going against the Kings tonight. Yeah. So I guess the first question is: there's a lot of discourse. So there's been a lot of discourse a couple of days. So the Lakers, obviously, if they win tonight, they're the 7th seed, and then they got to go up against the champs, and the Nuggets, to start off the first round. There's people saying that the Lakers should kind of dial it back a bit, let the Pelicans win, let them go against the Nuggets, and then try to go beat the Warriors or the Kings in the second play-in game. And then you get the 8th seed, and then you draw OKC, which is a young, up-and-coming team that many people probably are saying that they're on upset alert in the first round. So, Justin, how do you feel about that kind of talk, leading into the playoffs?
I think it's weak talk.
Thank you.
If you're talking already about ducking opponents, you lost already. It's weak. Yeah. Let's just keep it real. Let's keep it a buck here. So, listen, I don't want to hear any of that. I heard some of the talk. I forgot who it was. Somebody who wrote it on Twitter. They wrote a whole paragraph about why the Lakers should basically tank this game to avoid the Nuggets. It's weak talk, all right? Listen, avoiding any team is weak regardless. You should be able to, listen, if you're in the top 8, especially in the Western Conference in 2024 right now with the parity that's in the league, you have to be ready for the smoke from anybody, any team, any player, doesn't matter who's there. The Lakers need to stop playing, go win this game tonight. They actually should dominate the Pelicans, if we're being honest. The way that game went at the last regular season game, They came out there with a playoff mentality. They need to bring that same playoff mentality right now. I don't want to hear any nonsense, anything about the refs. They're calling it too physical. They're not calling it physical enough. The Lakers need to go out there and win this game. Yes, the Pelicans are a solid team. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying the Lakers are light years ahead of the Pelicans, but the Lakers need to handle business tonight. Go out there on the road, beat the Pelicans. You know, it doesn't have to be a blowout. It could be a 5-point game. It could be a nice close game in the clutch. I don't expect them to blow this team out at home. The Pelicans are a playoff caliber team as well, but they need to handle their business and go out there and go play the Nuggets in the first round. Avenge last year's sweep.
There you go.
Let's be honest. They
there
got swept. It wasn't a 6-game series.
Yeah, let's get to it.
7-game series.
Yep.
These boys got smoked last year.
Yeah.
Go out there, play the Nuggets. Let me see what you got.
Yeah. I agree with you 100%. I don't know what's going to change them from not getting smoked again, but they're
better off this time.
Yeah. Bruce and Mike Patton just put it in the chat. Bruce Brown being gone, that's a piece. He was real key last year.
Huge loss.
He was real key last year. So I mean, maybe that changes things up. But hey man. That big tall Russian Serbian that dude's a problem.
Listen, if Anthony Davis is supposed to be top 3 defensive player of the year, right? So I don't want to hear that. Yeah, that's what a defensive player of the year does.
Yeah, and he played about 60-something games this year, right? Like that's the first time he's played that much in a while. Yeah,
I think he is 70. Yeah, I think it was a career high or a second career, or something like that. But he's been playing excellent all year. Top 3 defensive player of the year candidate. He should be able to hold Jokic, reigning MVP.
Yeah. Austin Reeves, shout out to him. He could be a problem too. If they get against the Nuggets, he could be a problem too. You be seeing all the moves this dude be making, like to the rim and stuff. I'm like, this dude when he got in the league was never doing stuff like that. Now all of a sudden he's doing all that stuff.
I don't trust him though.
What you mean you don't trust him? Oh, because he ain't a star.
Yeah, he's been. Yeah. I mean, I ain't hating on what I'm saying. I'm just saying I don't trust him. I don't trust him.
Yeah, Maestro cares about stars more than.
I mean, look, man, look. Lakers ain't short of stars, so like they ain't short of stars.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that his contribution is going to be great, like awesome.
Well, I think his contribution needs to be what it has been in the regular season.
Respectfully. But I don't think I don't see him. I don't think him going above and beyond. I think playoff expectations are expected. Like he'll play playoff. He'll be whatever.
He'll have a game.
Whatever his playoff mode is, he'll be there. But I don't see this Bama scoring 35. And you know what I'm saying? I don't see him going off doing nothing crazy. Is what I'm saying.
Well, I can see him doing that for one game in the series. I don't see him averaging 35. I can see him doing that for. I see him doing that for one game. I can see him doing that for one game in the series.
Okay.
Because there's always going to be that one guy you don't expect in the series to have a game like that. I think Austin Reeves can do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
whether it's enough to beat the Nuggets, that's a totally different thing because I don't think it's going to be enough.
No. But do they get 1, 2, 3? Just how you feel? 1, 2, 3 games, or do you got the Lakers winning?
The Lakers?
Yeah.
You know, man, my heart wants me to pick the Lakers to win that series.
Really?
But my head knows better. I'm not gonna lie. That's what I mean by my heart. Like I want to win. I have no dog in the fight either.
Right.
It's gonna be a great series regardless. I actually want the Lakers to win, but the Nuggets are the better team. Let's be real. The Nuggets are clearly the better team, and most importantly, they are a team with more continuity, and I'm big on continuity. They have this basically the same roster minus Bruce Brown, which on the lowest of keys is going to be very important in this playoff run.
Yeah,
but I don't know if the Lakers are the team to exploit the lack of having Bruce Brown, in my opinion, because to me, a team that would show that they miss Bruce Brown is a team with great perimeter guards, great perimeter play. Because that's a lot. Bruce Brown last year in that playoff run, if you remember, he played a lot of backup point guard also as well. When Jamal Murray was out, Bruce Brown was running the point. He could play the 1, 2, 3, even sometimes the Brooklyn over here, he played the 4. at times when KD and them was over there. So Bruce Brown, he's a very, very, very versatile player. And I know they do have some players that picked up the slack. Christian Brown, he's been playing very well. Peyton Watson, he's been playing well also. They have picked up the slack in a variety of ways. But I think it's going to be a 7-game series. I'll put it like that. I think it's definitely going to be a 7-game series. D'Angelo Russell, I hear you, Mike. I got no faith in D'Lo. I got no faith in D'Lo. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not a D'Lo guy. I have zero faith in D'Lo. I think he's gonna have a solid game, but I need him to step up tonight too. By the way, I'm just not a big D'Lo guy.
You do got to step up.
Yeah, he got to step up. I've never been a D'Lo guy, but the Lakers would need him too if they even playing on. He's gonna have to match Jamal Murray's Jamal Murray's production, because he can't match that 25 a night, but he can match that maybe 19 if he has a good series. 19 would be a great series. So that's how I feel about Lakers and Nuggets, but it'll be a good series.
Yeah, you said something about being able to exploit Bruce Brown not being there, and you mentioned the perimeter guard play. And I said this last week, the teams that I think have a chance to take Denver out of the tournament: Dallas, Minnesota, the Clippers, because all three of those teams have perimeter guards that can penetrate in the paint and can, play some good defense there. So you made a good point.
I'll add the Suns to that list as well. I think they are a team that
you about to make Maestro happy with that pick.
Don't turn it up. I've been trying to be silent.
Certain teams, man. Yeah, I think they match up well with the Nuggets in particular in terms of the perimeter. They're gonna have some trouble with Jokic because Nurkic can't hold Jokic.
Right.
Look at me. Nurkic can't hold Jokic.
That's a fact.
Yep. You know what I mean? But he can do.
He'll put him in a spin cycle for certain.
Yeah, you know that.
No doubt.
So you add this. Okay, so you got four out of the 7 teams left that could possibly give some bump to Denver.
Yeah, I'm not one of those guys who thinks the Nuggets are unbeatable. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people are they're glazing the Nuggets a little bit. I'll put it that way. There's a lot of people doing that, a little too much. Yes, the Nuggets are the reigning champion. Yes, the Nuggets are a great team. Yes, the Nuggets have the reigning MVP. Yes, the Nuggets pretty much have the most continuity in the league, if not top.
And he might win the MVP again this year.
And he might win it. He's not my MVP, but maybe he might win it again. Will be shout out to him. That would be crazy, but shout out to him. But I don't think the Nuggets are unbeatable. I think if you catch them at the right time. Now listen, they do have home court advantage, not through the entire postseason, but they do have it for a good portion, probably rounds 1 and 2, depending on who they play next round. But second round, excuse me. But I think there are ways you can beat Denver. They don't have a great bench. They don't get a lot of great bench production. Yes, Jokic is going to get his, but if you turn a guy like Aaron Gordon into a scorer, somebody who has to score 20, listen, Aaron Gordon gets away with scoring 10 to 12 a night. He gets away with that. If you force them to have to produce more, Denver might struggle a little more. Michael Porter Jr., he's been running wild all year. Nobody's even guarding him. That's why he's getting all these open shots. Listen, there's a game plan for Denver, but it's up to teams because you have to play small because they're a very small team. And Michael Malone's one of the best coaches in the league. So you're not going to, out-coach them. Michael Malone's a great coach. So, but I just think Denver can be beat, man. They're not unbeatable to me is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I hear you. Like, I think I can make this prediction right now. I don't think the Nuggets going to repeat. No. Doesn't mean that I don't think they can get to the finals, but we're kind of in this new NBA.
Yeah, repeats don't happen.
It's wide open right now. There's no clear-cut dynasty right now unless the Nuggets can prove that, this season. I feel like 8 to 9 teams can win the championship this year based on how everything is set up right now. So so for you, you got the Lakers tonight.
Oh yes, I got the Lakers tonight.
Okay,
Lakers and Warriors.
I got the Lakers too. Maestro, you got the Lakers?
Yeah, I think I got the Lakers. I think I think I got the Lakers. I mean, look, the Pelicans. I mean, look again, and much like just said, it's not like we got a whole bunch to look forward to with the Pelicans. They're a good team. They're a good team. I got the Lakers. I just kind of convinced myself a little more than I.
The Lakers should win.
They should. They should win. Right.
The league wants the Lakers to win.
Well, more importantly than the league won it. That's true too. I agree with that. But they should win. I don't know. I just don't know about the Lakers sometimes. But they should win.
Yeah, I hear you on that part because they still can't shoot. Like that's still a problem with the Lakers. They don't have legit shooters on that team right now. So what about Kings and Warriors? Kings got the home court in this one game.
Oh, I got the Warriors in this one too. Listen, I got the Warriors. Listen, they are the better team also as well. No disrespect to the Kings. They are a solid team, but they are dealing with a lot of injuries. Malik Monk, my sixth man of the year. My boy Wole's guy, Malik Monk.
Kevin Huerter.
Sixth man of the year. Kevin Huerter, my boy. What the Red Mama? What they call him? The Red Mama. What's his nickname? The Red Mama. He got another nickname too.
I didn't even know Red Mama.
I didn't know they called him the Red Mama.
I don't know.
I
know when he was with the Hawks. I know when he was with the Hawks, they had this meme of what's the movie? Is the movie
he had a do-rag on in one of the photos or something?
No.
Red Velvet.
Red Velvet.
Shout out, Mike. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, Red Velvet.
Red Velvet. But they had a meme. They had a meme with it's a scene from either Road Trip. I think it was Road Trip where the skinny white boy was about to have sex with the big black girl.
Oh, gosh.
It was Road Trip, wasn't it?
Yeah. Was Road Trip? American Pie. American Pie. I thought it was American Pie or something like that.
That's American Pie. That's Road Trip.
With the little fine black joint.
Yes.
Yeah, Shorty was like that. Yeah.
It was Road Trip.
Road Trip. That's right.
But yeah, see, the Kings are missing him, so he's important. He's an important offensive cog in their team. So De'Aaron Fox, he's gonna get his solid 25 to 30 tonight. Sabonis is gonna do his thing. There's gonna be a lot of energy in the building. But the Warriors, they know that team very well. They know that team very, very, very well. And Malik Monk, he's a huge loss. Like he's a colossal loss. Looking at a game like this, they don't have that many dogs. They got a couple of dogs on the Kings. But Malik Monk is top one, if not two, dogs on the Sacramento Kings. So he's very, very important to them. And missing him is going to be too much to overcome. And the Warriors, they're not scared of it. They walk in and there was zero fear. Yep. Half of the people in the arena are going to be Warriors fans tonight. We're going to hear a lot of chants.
Exactly.
So it's going to feel like a home game. Warriors, once again, handle your business. Lakers and Warriors get that 7th, 8th seed. Let's get down to work.
They calling it. They I seen Stephen A. They talking like Curry gonna score 40 and Tyreek Evans gonna score 40. They saying
Tyreek Evans.
Tyreek Evans. Damn, I hear Tyreek Evans.
I was gonna say I ain't hear that name in a minute.
I don't know where my mind at.
Where my boy Tyreek Evans at?
I don't know where my mind at.
It's crazy because he played for the Kings, right?
I know. That's why I'm thinking about Tyreek Evans. De'Aaron Fox. I'm sorry. I don't know why Tyreek Evans is on my mind.
Oh man,
De'Aaron Fox. They saying both of them boys gonna score 40 tonight. That's what they're talking about.
Yeah, and De'Aaron Fox is going to have to put up 40. We talked about it. No Kevin Huerter, no Malik Monk. That's a big part of what they do on offense. As far as the bonus is concerned, I think the Warriors have a slight answer to, keep him contained. And, I just think the Warriors, this is it. And they kind of been on a roll. They've been, I think, 27-14 in those kind of last games to close the season out. So they're kind of riding a little hot right now. So give me the Warriors, man. And like I said about the Lakers, the league wants the Warriors in the top 8 of the they want the Lakers, they want the Warriors to be the 7th and the 8th seed.
Absolutely.
But I'll give you some credit, Maestro, because I think we talked about this when we were doing our predictions for the season. And we talked about the Kings, and you said that they would take a step back from what they did last year.
Yeah.
They won 48 games last year, and they were the number 3 seed in the conference. They won 46 this season, so only a 2-game dip, but they're the number 9 seed. They're the number 9 seed.
Right.
So they've dropped 6 spots just because they lost 2 less games, from last year. Which is crazy because the West has just been stacked this year compared to last year.
This year.
Yeah, it has been.
Yeah, so. I think when I was saying that, I mean, I ain't see him winning this many games, but I think what I was saying is that I didn't believe that they was going to be able to maintain it. I mean, I think injuries obviously played a part in it this year, but I just didn't see them carrying it like they did last year. Like maybe it was a Cinderella story type thing. Mm-hmm. That's all it was. There wasn't no real nothing on it. But I take credit every time I'm right, though.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, they lost 2 less games, or they won 2 less games last year.
Yeah.
But the West is just so stacked that they had to end up being the 9th seed. If they were in the Eastern Conference, they'd be probably 6th or 7th right now. Yeah. So, but it's crazy, from one year to the next how things could be, man. Let's get to the East playing games, Justin. Miami Heat taking on the Sixers in Philly. Who you got?
That one is a tough one because I like both teams. I'm not going to be honest, but
I don't.
I'm going Philly in this one. I think Philly's going to take it because they are at home. I think Joel Embiid will be unstoppable, continue to be unstoppable. I just think it's going to be a very close game. I think the home crowd is actually going to bring them through on this one. But I think it's going to be very tight. It could go either way. I'm a big Miami Heat guy. I love Jimmy Butler in the postseason. I love the Heat's whole roster. I'm kind of mad that it would actually push them to 8th and now have to go against the Boston Celtics, which is also a team that I think should do a lot in this postseason. I don't want those two teams to match up because I think the better matchup for the Heat is the New York Knicks, who I think the Heat will take them out. But I think Philly will win. I'm not going to lie. That one is a tough one for me, but I'm not going to lie. I think Philly's going to win. I think Joel Embiid is going to do just enough to get them over the hump at home. And Philly's going to take that lead and get the number 7 spot, and then the Miami Heat's going to take the number 8 spot.
So the Sixers are going to win tomorrow night. They're on an 8-game win streak. And I think a couple of games ago, Embiid did kind of go out the game for a little bit. I think he re-aggravated the knee, but he came back in the game and finished it up.
He should be good to go.
But they're riding high. They're at home. And the Heat, I don't know, the Heat do this thing where they try to line up who they want to go against. And, they got a lot of success against the Boston Celtics. And they could be lining themselves to maybe get to that 8th spot to play the Celtics in that first round. And I think if that does happen, that they're going to give the Celtics some trouble in that first round series. So I think the Sixers win tomorrow night.
Okay, so you saying the Heat do this thing where they try to I guess plot who they get to play against.
They did it last year. Yeah.
Right. So what I think I hear you saying is that they plotting to play the Celtics because they don't want Knicks smoke.
That's not what I said.
No, I'm asking you. I'm asking you a very specific question because you just said they be plotting. So why would they not get the 7? Let me just get to what I'm getting to.
Right. You're saying the Knicks are the easier matchup than the Celtics.
I got the Heat.
Okay.
So they can line up with the Knicks.
Okay. Okay.
That's what I like.
I got the Heat, and I'm just saying this because I want to be facetious and talk some shit. It's the only real reason.
I don't give a damn. And quite frankly, I don't give a damn who wins this game tomorrow night.
I think
the Knicks are taking them out. They're taking both these teams out.
You might be worried about Jimmy Butler.
I'm not.
I think I'm not. Might.
I'm not.
I hear you.
I'm not. I said earlier in the show, I don't care who we line up against. That's why this crazy talk this week talking about we should have lost to the Bulls just to play the lineup to play the Pacers. No, you play to win. I want the 2 seed. I don't care who comes out of the 7th spot. I don't care. I don't duck smoke. If it's the Heat, let it be the Heat. The Pacers, I don't duck smoke.
I don't like when you talk spicy when you was just being real humble at the beginning of this episode. I don't like when you do that.
About what? The Celtics? Just said about the Celtics,
right?
That I'm not even that.
So you are ducking smoke,
but we're not playing the Celtics right now. We're not playing the Celtics right now. When we get to the Celtics in the conference finals, then you'll see my tune change. But for right now,
Justin, you gotta excuse me, because this is the shit I don't like about Trey. This is the shit I don't like about Trey.
Listen, I got my popcorn ready, man.
This is the shit I don't like about Trey. Either you don't want smoke or you want smoke. So you can't.
But we're talking about the 7th seed. We're not talking about Boston, bro.
But you just said you not ducking no smoke. So if you're not ducking no
from the
smoke,
7th seed, from the 7th seed.
Hey,
yeah, forget the Celtics right now because we're not worrying about them. What's up?
Trey, do you got a preference? Would you rather play the 76ers or the Heat? Do you have a preference?
I don't have a preference.
All right. All right, let me phrase it this way. Who do the Knicks, in your opinion, match up better with? The 76ers or the Heat, in your opinion? Who they match up better with?
Who do they match up better with? I would say they would match up better with the Heat.
Okay, and why is that? Because of no Joel Embiid, or because you think
not 100% Joel? Well,
okay,
he's not 100%. Let's just call it what it is. He's not 100%, but I think
you do get Mitch back. Mitch is back. Remember, to guard Embiid.
Right. I think the Heat are a better matchup because if we contain Jimmy, then who else on the Heat is going to be able to, be that secondary guy? Let's remember.
They got some hitters on the Heat, though.
Well, they haven't been playing well this year.
20 to 25. And Tyler Hero back now.
Okay.
Terry Rozier. 20. He can get you 20 to 25. Jaime Jaquez could get you a good 10 to 15. Caleb Martin, he does a little something in the postseason, not in the regular season, but in the postseason like last year, he'd give you a little 8 to 10. I'll take 8 to 10. I'll take 6 to 10 from him. And we even talk about Bam yet. Come on. Mitch, the thing, I don't think Mitchell Robinson matches up better with Embiid more than he matches up with Bam Adebayo. Only for the sole reason that Bam is more mobile than Joel Embiid. Right. Mitchell Robinson can still get his hand in his face and Joel Embiid's face, depending on how healthy Joel Embiid is. He's not as effective in his moves against him, but he's still gonna body him regardless. But I think he'll have a tougher time with Bam because he's more mobile and because the Heat on a different style of offense. But my bad to cut you off. Go back again. Tell me.
You good. That was beautiful. That was some good basketball talk right there.
The Heat finna smoke y'all niggas. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
So you rather the Heat. So you say you rather the Heat. You got that on wax.
I'd rather the Heat. I mean, we're not going to act like Joel Embiid doesn't play at an MVP level. Like we're not about to sit up here and.
But you don't trust him. Do you trust him right now?
I don't trust him because of the injury status with him. I don't think he's 100%. But Tyrese Maxey been heating up too.
Yes.
I guess you can make the case after Tyrese Maxey. You can make the case you don't trust anybody else on the Sixers, like Tobias Harris. Like, do we put any faith in Tobias Harris? Not really.
Tsunami been doing all right.
Tsunami. And Kelly Oubre been balling. Oubre been balling.
I mean, do you trust this? Let's get to it. Do you trust the Sixers at all when we're talking about the playoffs? Like, do you believe them?
Man, I'm not gonna lie, man. In my opinion, they are very, very shit. But you know what? I'm a big Nick Nurse guy. Nick Nurse is really good in the postseason. Nick Nurse is a great strategist in the postseason. And if it's a Nick Nurse, Doc Rivers matchup, coach off.
Yeah, give me Nurse.
I might have to take Nurse on that one.
Ain't even no Mike for me.
Only because Doc Rivers, great motivator. I don't shit on Doc Rivers. I'm not one of those guys who shit on Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers is solid because he's a great motivator. But in terms of X's and O's, in terms of most importantly adjustments, Doc Rivers does none of that, and that's my issue with Doc Rivers.
Right.
So.
Right.
The East is trickier than you think, man.
Because with Bob was I can respect your halfway confidence in the Knicks because it's so wide open. It's really wide open. But you gotta the Celtics are there. And I get that you're saying you don't fear the Celtics, but you kind of fear the Celtics. You're talking about everybody else in the field except for the Celtics. I get
because
that
I know because I know I don't got to see him until the conference finals.
Right, but then you
I
still
don't
got to see him.
I don't got to see him until the conference finals.
I guess
so,
it's responsible to play it by round. But if you know y'all the number 2, you know it's y'all and the Celtics, then you know eventually. I get you got to play round by round, but you believe that you about to see the Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals,
right?
So this is just me. This is Maestro's personal. I'm talking shit to them now because I know I'm about to see y'all. I ain't wasting no time.
Okay, well that's you. That's you.
Respect.
So me, I don't like I am focused on who comes out of this, and I don't like how you looking at it. So I'm focused on who wins this play-in game. If it's the Miami Heat, we're gonna take the Miami Heat out. If it's the Philadelphia Sixers, we are taking the Philadelphia Sixers out. And I see Mike talking smack in the chat here.
Well, put me on record. I got the if the Heat see the Knicks, I got the Heat in 6.
Oh,
yeah, he don't believe that. He don't believe
I don't. What makes you so
sure? He don't believe that.
What makes you so sure?
He just doing this because I'm on here.
You gotta have to revisit it. We gonna see. We gonna see after tomorrow night. We gonna see if the Heat even win that game, but we'll see.
We'll see. Do you give the Bulls any shot to get into the final 8?
No, I'll give them a little bit of a shot, but I don't think they're gonna win. Absolutely not. They shouldn't win. Too. I'll be actually pissed if they win. To be honest with you,
and I'm talking about them beating Atlanta and whoever they got to see the loser of Heat Sixers. Yeah, because that's definitely happening.
If they do make it, something crazy, right?
Yeah, that would be crazy. That'd be crazy if the Bulls somehow made it in the tournament. That'd be crazy. So before you came on, we were having a conversation about Pacers and Bucks. That's a first round matchup. They just said earlier today Giannis is not going to start the series and that he may come in somewhere in the middle of the series toward the end of the series. But I'm going to keep it a buck with you. It's Pacers in 5 for me.
Wow.
It's Pacers in 5.
Wow.
I agree.
Disrespect.
Yeah, I agree.
Wow, come on, fellas. That's a little disrespect.
Dame got some home issues.
5?
5. I'm with him.
5? And 5.
I'm with him.
And I'm only giving them that 1 because of Dame.
Dame will shoot their face off for 1.
Are you saying this because you think Giannis is not going to play in the series at all? Or are you saying with Giannis coming back in the series?
I think Giannis is going to miss about 3 games in this series. I think he's going to miss about 3 games in this. Yeah, I think he's going to miss 3 games in this series. The way they're talking about that injury, they keep referring back to the KD injury in the finals when they played the Raptors, and he came back and then he ruptured the Achilles. I think the Bucks are trying to watch this injury more closely to make sure they don't damage it any further. So I think he misses about 3 games. And in that 3 games, I could see the Pacers winning definitely 2 games, possibly 3, and being on the verge of sweeping them.
Wow. Wow. I'm not going to lie. I think that's a little disrespectful. I'm going to be honest.
I love honesty. Hey, I love honesty.
I think that's a little disrespect. I'm not going to disrespect Giannis like that. I actually think he's going to miss maybe the first 2 games.
Okay.
But the first 2 games are at home, right? So even if they come out with a split, which I think is very, very possible. I think, on the lowest of keys, I think the Pacers might even still game 1, if I'm being honest with you. Because game one to me is always a strategy game. Always just a strategic game for the road team. And when I talked about coaching before, Indiana Pacers coach, Rick Carlisle, Jim Carrey, he's a very good strategist. He knows how to put a game plan together. They are a semi-healthy team. They don't have Benedict Mathurin yet, but they are semi-healthy in terms of their attack, and they are one of the better offensive teams in the league. They have a potent transition attack, and that's what I think is really going to propel them in this series. I'm not going to disrespect and say no 5 now. I don't know about that. That's a little disrespect, but I think this series is going 7 because I think they steal game 1 in Milwaukee. The Bucks are going to get a little bit shook. They're gonna beg Giannis to come back. He's not gonna be able to come back game 2, but they're gonna beg him for game 3. And I think he's gonna come back game 3 on the road, and then they're gonna be a totally different team after that. But I think it's still gonna go 7 in the Bucks Pacers series because I trust Rick Carlisle in his game plan as opposed to Doc Rivers and his adjustments. So I got the Bucks in 7 though. Pacers in 5 is wild disrespect. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay, so you still got the Bucks.
Right.
And Mike just said that he might pull a Willis Reed, but didn't he pull a Willis Reed last year and they still got smoked out their building?
Yeah, but that was the Heat though. That was the Heat.
Yeah.
Veteran coach spoke.
Yeah. And Jimmy Butler, low key, he got some whippings on Giannis since the Sixers days.
Right in the bubble.
Yeah. If you notice this about the Bucks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Every year in the playoffs, think about this: the Bucks get outcoached in every series every year. It seems like they get outcoached. If it's not Doc Rivers, obviously it's going to be now. He's going to get outcoached by some of these Eastern Conference coaches because they got a few solid ones. Before that, Mike Budenholzer, Coach Bud, he was outcoached a lot in plenty of series. Remember, there's a lot of things about Giannis, how much minutes he played, how much minutes he didn't play, the game plan where he was just running it down the middle and there was no offensive game plan. It was just basically running the paint. That's why the Heat were able to build that wall and no adjustments. So Coach Bud, every year, the Bucks get outcoached. Look out for that again. I'm sorry to say.
Yeah. And since Doc's been there, what are they, like 17 and 19?
Yeah, they're like a 500
like
ball
that?
club.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. So you got Bucks in 7. That's okay.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I'm
Wow.
just checking out this game. I see the game started already now.
Yeah. I'm about to turn that on real quick.
Yeah, I'm about to say we're gonna try to speed this up and just the taste.
Yeah.
So I was gonna go to the next series. So Cavs and the Magic in the 4-5 matchup. I think Cleveland's got the home court. And let me just say this too, because I saw what the Cavaliers did on Sunday, you know, score watching and stuff. And excuse my French, but the Cavs are some pussies because they bro, I don't know if he was watching.
I don't know why you said excuse. Hey, no, I just want to talk to the psychological point of why you said excuse my French on the show on that.
Because I think that's the first time I've said that word on the podcast in the history
I said it
on the podcast.
Hey, let me follow you up, pussy.
So look, they pulled their starters in that fourth quarter against Charlotte and decided, we just gonna drop to the 4th spot and we don't want to play for the 3. That's what I saw. What Cleveland did, right? Just to fall to the Magic. So here's my thoughts on this series. The Magic, to me, and I get they're young. This is their first go around in the top 4, top 5 in the East. I've watched this team throughout the year. These dudes are tough. I mean, they beat the Knicks, 3 times this season. They're a really tough team. I think this team is tougher than that Cavs team is. And I think this is one of them upsets that I think is going to get pulled off here. Give me the Magic in 7 in this one.
I was leaning towards that. The Magic are athletic and just dumb enough in their youth to beat somebody who was acting like they don't really want to play.
Mm-hmm.
I was just there. It's crazy. I was just about to say the Magic in 7, and I get it. Cleveland, I guess on paper wise, they probably should beat them.
They should beat the Magic on paper, right?
Yeah, right. But I think the Magic are just dumb enough to be like, I don't know what I'm doing here, but I know we doing more than what they doing. Let's just go ahead and slide past.
Yeah, Coach of the Year candidate, by the way. Shout out to what's the coach name?
Jamal
Mosley. Jamal
My
Mosley.
coach of the year. That's what I got for coach of the year.
All right.
That's what I got for coach of the year.
Justin, how you feel about the series?
I like the series. I know a lot of people are hating on the series. They're talking shit, saying it's an NBA TV made series and all of that. I know I heard that, but I like the Magic. I like the Magic. Excuse me. I like the Magic. I've been watching the Magic all year. That's one of my teams. Everybody knows that's been on my radar. I talk a lot about Paolo Banchero. He's one of my favorite players in the league. I think he's one of the real top flight stars in the league. He's next up. If you don't think he's already here now, I already think he's here now. But this is going to be a great series. Two top 10 defensive rating teams in the league right now with the Cavs and the Magic. To me, in order to win this series, because I give my pick after. Paolo Banchero has to be the best player on the floor in this series. He has to be the best player in this series, in my opinion. And I think he can do that. This regular season, he was the youngest player in NBA history to lead his team in points, rebounds, and assists in a single season. Youngest player in NBA history to do that. He's been carrying his team all year, not necessarily carrying them on his own, but he's been the main catalyst, and everybody plays off of him, which is a big responsibility for a young guy to have, especially for a number one pick who's usually a lot of people hit that second year rookie wall. He hasn't hit that. So Paolo Banchero, I think he's important in this series, but he has to be the best player in this series to me for the Magic to win this series. And I got the Magic in 6.
In 6?
Ooh.
6.
Okay.
You out the window more than us.
Yeah.
I got him in 6.
Man.
My boy P5 showing out.
What that say about the Cavaliers in y'all opinion?
The lights are too bright. I heard it last year. Jared Allen said the lights are too bright.
Yep.
It is again.
Yep. Yeah, it's a lot about the Cavs. Like I said, I mentioned earlier, they at the fourth quarter against Charlotte, they decided to sit everybody, and they wanted what they think is an easier matchup. They wanted to drop to the 4th spot, but I don't think this is an easier matchup for Cleveland. But
I won't stretch the conversation too much further. But they put out a lot of they gave up a lot to get Donovan Mitchell. What does this say for the Cavaliers at this stage? Because this is 2 years where it seemed like they ain't wet the bed yet this year, but it seemed like it's about to happen again. And like, what does this say about, like, he got to be gone at this point, right? Like, what are we doing right now as the Cavaliers? What are they doing right now? Because I thought
they got to make changes. They off season. They have to make changes.
Yeah.
I don't think Donovan Mitchell is re-signing. They got to make changes this off season.
What do you think their expectations are? Like, I would think that their expectations would be to win a first round series and get to the second round. Based on what they did last year.
Their expectations should be, sorry to cut you up, man.
Go ahead.
Their expectations should be conference finals.
Yeah.
That's what it should be.
Right. I agree 100%.
Should be.
Okay.
I don't think they're going to get there. They're definitely not going to get there, in my opinion. But their expectations, you should never strive to be in the second round. To me, that sounds crazy. What is the second round? Like, what is that? You just won one round. Could have been a fluke. Could have got lucky. One round. Give me 2 rounds. Give me 2 rounds, especially if they're on the road. So I think conference finals is always the goal. Clearly, they're not going to get there. And next year, they're going to be a playing team, in my opinion. I'm still shocked they even this high. But I think next year they're going to back to the playing.
You think so? It sounds like you think that they're going to part ways from Donovan Mitchell. It sounds like.
I don't know if it matters.
Yes, absolutely. I think he's going to be asked to leave, to be honest. I think he's going to want out on the low.
They still like talking about he want to come to New York.
Yeah, I think he does want to. But right now, it may not be no room for him over there. I don't know.
Unless he go to Brooklyn.
That could work.
Well, but why the hell would you go to Brooklyn? Why would he go to
I mean, him and Bridges, that's a solid pairing.
Nah, but what's going to happen in the scheme of the Eastern Conference? I mean, what would have to happen? Because I gotta imagine that, and this is just speculation, obviously. You went to Cleveland to try to put something together. That was my thoughts. You went to
he got traded. Let's remember, he got traded.
That's a fact. But Cleveland brings him there to try to put something together. To try to, you don't bring a Donovan Mitchell to your team and not have lofty expectations. You know what I'm saying? So
sure.
So then you try to build like Garland, Baller, Jared Allen. They tried.
Evan Mobley.
Karis LeVert. Like, they tried to put something together. It just not panned out for whatever reason. Do the Nets have the assets? If, let's say, hypothetically, he goes to the Nets. How soon do you think the Nets can put together something that says, or do you feel like the Nets as constructed with Donovan Mitchell was good enough to compete in the Eastern Conference, like championships?
Yeah, I think they're good enough to compete. I don't know if
Interesting.
they're championship level. They're
Right.
definitely a playoff level team. This season was a disappointing year. They should have been a playoff team. But I think they realistically can put a package together for Donovan Mitchell. I think there's going to have to be Cam Thomas included in that package.
It's going to be players, yeah.
Cam Thomas, maybe a Dorian Finney-Smith, maybe a Claxton, but I hope not, because they're going to see what's going to happen with Claxton this offseason.
Yeah.
Because he's somebody that they would need. But I think they could put a package together for Donovan Mitchell. I'm not going to lie. I think it would be smart for them to try to get a player like that. Because right now, I think they're going to have a hard time trying to sign somebody right now, because what's your direction? I don't know what their direction. They don't have an identity as a team. So they need a team identity. In order to do that, you probably got to start fresh. So I like Mikal Bridges. He's fine. He can stay there. But then add somebody along with that, because he can't be your number one offensive option if you're expecting to do any real damage in the league, in my opinion. So they got to get it. Well, they got to make him a number 2.
Right. Well, 2 things. I got 2 things on Brooklyn, and then we could go to the other series. So as far as Mikal Bridges goes, it sounds to me like he want to play with his Villanova boys over on the Knicks.
He's just real chummy with them.
That's what it sounds like to me. Yeah. But obviously, the Nets and the Knicks would never trade with each other. That would just be, franchise malpractice right there. I mean, you would lose your job, making trades with the rival. So they won't do that. And the second thing is, I wonder how they feel about Kevin Ollie. Now, he won a national championship with UConn 10 years ago. Yeah. And I thought he got screwed in that situation because the Big East kind of realigned itself, and then they couldn't be able to get the recruits like they could. I wonder how they feel about him, because they let go of Jacques Vaughn. They made Kevin Ollie the interim. Where did they go from there with the coaching situation?
Yeah, well, they just signed their new coach, the Sacramento Kings assistant.
I saw that. Yeah. Okay.
Mike Brown's assistant. So they just hired him. So obviously they don't feel like Kevin Ollie was a man for the job. So I'm not sure if he's gonna go back to an assistant, or he's gonna go in and the new guy's gonna go and bring in his own staff. So it wasn't a sexy hire, but a hire nonetheless. So we'll see how that goes. But they need to worry about what players they're gonna bring in to be just a better ball club, period.
Yeah,
right now.
Facts. All right, Western Conference. We got the 4-5 matchup, Mavericks versus the Clippers. Who you got, Justin?
This is a tough series, man. I don't even know if I trust myself with this answer, because it's a tough series, but I'm going to Mavs in 7, man. I'm going to Mavs in 7. It's going to be tough, but it really could go either way. I really wanted to pick the Clippers, but I'm just in my head. To me, I can't even say that. I was about to say Kawhi's the best player in the series, but then
but no, here's where, because he's not the best player in the series on paper, but it's a very high possibility that he's going to come out and go crazy in this series, recognizing that it's playoff time.
Sure. And on paper, for real, I'm going to cut you, just for real. On paper, I don't even think Kawhi's the second best player in the series. I think that's Kyrie Irving.
Yeah. See, right on paper, I agree on paper. But here's why I think the Clippers will win. I'm going to pick the Clippers. I'm going to pick the Clippers because here's what I think. That window with PG and Kawhi Leonard, that nucleus thing, that shit about to close. And I think they are very cognizant of the fact that they need to make something shake, or this shit is going to get broken up. And I think that in this series, is going to be the first test. I think Kawhi Leonard does end up being the best player in that series. I'm not talking about him going back to the Raptors days and going that crazy. He got enough help on the team to not have to do that. But I think we're going to see we're going to have some nostalgic moments of that Kawhi Leonard. And I think with that look, man, Doncic ain't gonna be able to muscle on no Kawhi Leonard like that. Like some of the history of him, flexing on Clippers players, and I don't know if that's gonna get the shake this time. Not this time.
Ain't no Devin Booker in there.
Yeah.
Listen, man, Luka has been known to boogie on anyone. To be honest, he boogies on anyone, man. But I'm a big Kawhi guy, so that's why I said in the beginning, that first thing that came out of my mouth was Kawhi should be the best player in the series because he performs the best. You look at the postseason last year when they played against the Suns in the first round. Kawhi was the best player in that series before he got hurt and got taken out. Better than Book, better than KD in that series. In this series, he has the potential to be the best player in the series because he does it on both ends, and we know that. He affects the game in the both ends. But Luka, though, he could really go crazy. And my problem is I don't know who's guarding him on the Clippers. They have the capable defenders, but who's going to do it? Paul George? I don't trust Paul George on Luka. I'm going to be honest. I don't. I trust Kawhi on Luka.
Me too.
But Kawhi on Luka the whole game, I don't know if that's a smart strategy for the whole game. So if Kawhi is not guarding Luka, who's guarding Luka in my opinion?
I think that Kawhi is going to have to because he's the
whole game.
I mean,
they're
the
going to
majority
switch.
of it. The majority of it.
Yeah,
the majority of it.
They're going to switch off and on. But
that means Luka's going to get 40 if Kawhi's not guarding him the whole game. Kawhi used to be able to do that.
Okay, so
if he's not guarding him, then who's guarding him? That means you're trusting Paul George.
You
trusting James
Paul
Harden?
George, Norman Powell, Trey Mann.
It's only Kawhi that's going to be able to play with him. That's going to be able to play with him. Yeah, that's going to be able to actually.
I'm just talking about for small stretches. I'm not talking about 90% of the game. Obviously, Kawhi gets
stretches, bro. Trey, it's the playoffs. Every possession matters.
I hear you.
He has to guard him the whole game. If Paul George can't do it, they have nobody else.
They gonna switch. They gonna switch. I don't know what to say, bro.
I think Kawhi can handle it. And that's not to say that all of a sudden Luka Doncic is going to not score. Because he's going to score regardless.
And he's going to get his.
He's going to find ways to score. But I think in those pivotal moments when I like to say no homo, when asses get tight, if Luka's at the top it's going to be Kawhi Leonard there. When a bucket is needed, it's going to be Kawhi Leonard there, and we'll see what happens then. But it's going to be Kawhi Leonard, and I think it's going to be enough of that where the Clippers pull it out in 7.
Yeah, I think this series, this is one of those series that you pick a side, you don't feel confident about it, right? So I kind of feel that way. I'm gonna stay with Clippers in 7. I'm gonna say Clippers in 7 because I think they got the best second unit in the league. You got Russ coming off the bench, Harden's coming off the bench.
I think Russ gonna have a big series.
Yeah. And James Harden doesn't have to be the guy for once, right? He doesn't have to be in a situation where he's not showing up, right? So I think this unit is going to be able to, sustain throughout the series. I'm gonna go Clippers in 7, but I'm not confident in the pick because Dallas has been on a roll, to close the season out. And, and if Luka can't get you a bucket, Kyrie can get you a bucket just as well, too. So, they're going to have some guys to, guard, they're going to have to find some, guys to guard, not just Luka, but to guard Kyrie as well in them situations.
Yeah. Yeah. Suns and Wolves.
Who's going first? Me?
Go ahead, Justin.
Suns and Wolves. I think this is going to be another excellent series. First of all, every one of these series is actually solid this year. I got to give some love to the playoffs this year. Everyone is a lot more competitive than in years past. Suns and Wolves is going to be a solid series. Now, I know a lot of people are taking the Suns, saying that they got the best matchup for them. But I think these two teams are a little bit more evenly matched than people, than one meets the eye, easily. Because I think Anthony Edwards has the potential to be the best player in the series. in the series.
I agree with that.
Has the potential to be the best player, and if that happens, the Minnesota Timberwolves have a chance to win.
Right.
You know, but he has to be the best player, just like Paolo has to be the best player in his series.
Yep.
Anthony Edwards has to be the best player in the series because I tell you right now, Rudy Gobert is going to be taken out of the series.
Yeah.
And I think when Rudy Gobert is taken out of the series, the Minnesota Timberwolves turn into a middle of the pack kind of team. So if they're a middle of the pack kind of team, Anthony Edwards has to go supernova in this series.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem, or maybe the benefit is, I think he can really do it in this series. You know why? Because I don't think the Suns have anybody to really guard him, to really check him in the series.
Right.
They got nobody. They have no defensive stoppers. I'm sorry. Royce O'Neal, he's not checking Anthony Edwards.
Facts.
KD, he shouldn't be checking Anthony
at
Edwards.
all.
Devin Booker, he shouldn't be, nor can he, in my opinion, check Anthony Edwards. He's too big, too strong. Bradley Beal should not be doing it. Who else? Grayson Allen? No.
You're right.
Eric Gordon?
Nah.
No. Who else? There's nobody else. So Anthony Edwards should be able to go crazy. If he doesn't go crazy, I think they're gonna lose this series maybe in 5-6 if they're lucky. Because I think the Suns are the better team, and I personally think the Suns should win, and I do think the Suns will win.
Yeah.
But Anthony Edwards, he got to go crazy in this series, and he has the potential to do so. So it's on him, in my opinion.
So you said you got Suns?
Yeah, I got
7?
the Suns. I got the Suns. 6.
Okay.
6.
Suns and 6. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
6.
So Maestro, I know where you're going with this. I know where you're going.
Hey, KD is KD, baby. I don't know. Timberwolves have had a phenomenal season. They're a phenomenal team. All those things. I just don't. Because the same thing you're saying with Anthony Edwards. Now I don't see KD going off for 50 nowhere in this series. But you know what I'm saying. But we know what he do. We know. I'm sorry. We know
he's gonna give you 30.
Yeah, we know what he gonna do. And you know, Devin Booker is Devin Booker. We know those two are gonna be able to do what it do. So now you're asking somebody on the Timberwolves to match that. It's like you said, Anthony Edwards, he's gonna have to go shit crazy. Like he's gonna have to go crazy just to offset with.
You might have to get 40.
Right.
You might have to get 40 every night.
Right, just to offset what Book and KD gonna do. That's just a lot to ask of him. They need to really look into having a secondary score that's trustworthy. Minnesota.
So how many games it go for you?
6.
So you got Suns and 6. Yeah, both of y'all got Suns and 6.
Yeah.
All right. So I got an X factor in this series, and his name is Naz Reid, and he filled in pretty great for Cat when Cat was out with the injury. Cat is back now, and he looks really good. So Naz Reid is back to his, original role, but Naz Reid can still, give you some points here and there. He can also play defense. The Timberwolves, I believe, had the best defense in the league from start to finish. And the thing you said about Rudy Gobert earlier, so you think he's going to be like taken out of the series as far as like foul trouble?
Yeah, I think he's going to be played off the floor because they're going to put him in every single pick and roll action, which is going to force him to switch and either he's going to foul or he's going to get scored on if the Suns are hitting their shots.
Right. Okay. Nah, that was interesting because Nurkic. Wow.
If he's in I think Nurkic is going to be off the floor as well. To be fair.
Okay. That makes a little bit. Your argument makes a little more sense.
That's why I think Gobert is going to be off the floor because Nurkic is going to be off the floor, and because I think there are a worse team with Nurkic on the floor at times. A lot of times, Frank Vogel likes going to KD at the 5. I think Bobo might make an appearance in that series. Who knows?
Yeah.
He should.
Yeah, we need some Bobo appearances, man. It's a shame we didn't get enough of it. But I'm gonna go Wolves in 7.
Loud today.
Wolves in 7.
I'm gonna go Wolves in 7. I got a lot of respect for the Suns.
Because of Naz Reid, huh?
Well, I ain't say because of Nas Reed. I mean, I just said he's an X factor, and let's not forget Cat is back as well. Anthony Edwards is going to do Anthony Edwards. I believe. I think he's a superstar right now. Like you said, he may have to go off for 40. I don't believe he has to do all that much. This team plays a style that is going to be able to. You can't stop the Suns. You can't stop that trio of players. You're not going to be able to stop them, but can you contain them? Sure. Can you score on them? Absolutely. The Suns defense, not that great.
Yeah, I hear that.
Suns defense isn't that great. I mean, I think what was the stat? They've given up the most fourth quarter points, or they got the worst fourth quarter defense or something like that. Yeah. So with a healthy Timberwolves squad, a healthy Suns squad, I'll take the Wolves in 7. I got a lot of respect for the Suns, but I think the Timberwolves get it done here.
Okay.
That's fair.
Get it done.
That's fair.
All right. Well,
man.
I guess this is one of the best moments of the show here. And Justin, we appreciate you coming on here, man. We definitely appreciate the time here.
Yes, sir.
But so before we ask the question here, just let everybody know out there where they can find you at on social media, Twitter, Facebook, and all that stuff. Where they can find you at.
Yeah, man. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, all of that. On Twitter, it's at JustBlaze_513. That's JUSBLAZE_513. On Instagram, it's JustBlaze513, no underscore, I believe. YouTube, Above the Rim Podcast. Facebook, Above the Rim Podcast. Find me anywhere. Appreciate all the listeners, subscribers, whatever the case may be. Appreciate you fellas for inviting me on the show. Much love, much respect, fellas. It's always great to talk hoops with everybody. I appreciate, the knowledge. Everything is great, fellas. So, yeah, you can find me there, man. I appreciate the invite as always, fellas.
Absolutely. So here's why we asked you that first, because we do these top 5 lists. And after every episode, I might get a text, a phone call sometimes. Maestro might see somebody at work at his job that's watching the show right now. And they'll come up to us and be like, yo, who's this nigga that you had on the show talking about this top 5 and all this stuff? Like, what are you talking about? Don't ever have this dude come on the show again, right? So, we want the listeners to, take it up with the guests, right? Okay. So here's the top 5. Top 5 players that are in the playoffs, in the NBA playoffs, that need to win a championship. Or I guess you could word it as the top 5 players that maybe are under pressure to win a championship.
Top 5. I'm going to go first. I think Joel Embiid. I'm throwing him in there. Joel Embiid. I think to me, Joel Embiid is on the clock, fellas. That boy's on the clock right now.
I agree.
I don't want to hear the injury stuff. I know he's hurt. I know he's just coming back from injury. But there's too many years to this now. There's too much evidence of the same thing year after year. Joel Embiid is at the top of the list. Jimmy Butler, I'm going to throw him in there. I think Jimmy Butler's another one who needs to win a title. He's been knocking on the door a couple of years. He's been knocking on the door a lot. He's talked a lot, but he backs it up all the time.
Yeah,
so it's okay, but he's very confident. I'll say that he's very confident he can win a title. So Jimmy Butler, I'm going to throw in there. James Harden on the clock. I think everybody knows James Harden's on the clock. And it's not so much winning the title because he is on the clock for that. It's about how you perform. What are you going to do, James Harden? Because nobody's been checking for James Harden all year. He put on his fat suit. He left out of Brooklyn. He left everywhere. I don't want to hear anything else about James Harden. I need him to perform. And if he gets smoked by Kyrie and Luka, James Harden is done. You got to put him down. When he's looking for that new contract, did he get a new contract? No, he's going to be looking for
not yet.
Yeah, I was about to say, hold on. So that's going to be interesting in his negotiations. So James Harden, I'm going to throw my man Chris Paul in there. I think Chris Paul is under some pressure, even though I think he's in a tough spot because he's coming off the bench, so he can't really affect the game in the way. If Chris Paul was on his normal team, I would say, Chris Paul, you got to do it. You my man, $50 grand. He's got to win the title. But right now, I've been saying free Chris Paul. I want him out of there, man. They're not utilizing him well. I don't
Right.
think he should be off the bench. I think he would still be great on this Suns team. I think he would have been excellent on the Suns team. But there's a lot of teams I still think that he could fit in. Chris Paul. Who else?
One more.
Because you said Embiid, Butler, Chris
Butler,
Paul, and Harden.
Chris Paul, James Harden.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to throw KD in there. I think I'll throw KD.
That's where I was leading to.
I'll throw him in there because he still has to prove that he can take his team to the next level without the super team around him. So in terms of leadership, KD, to me, no disrespect to him at all. He's never been the strongest leader, in my opinion.
Right.
So I think that's somewhere in his career that he could have excelled at or accelerated at. So I think this is still the time. He's in the twilight of his career. If he can really turn into that vocal leader, that definitive team leader, and shows that you don't have to be the 1A on the team in order to win a championship. He could be the 1B, he could be the 2 in this particular team and win a championship. So I would say there's some pressure on him to figure out a way to win a title. You don't always have to score the most points, but figure out a way to be that guy in that series to take your team over the top. So I'm gonna go KD at 5.
I like that. I like KD. I like KD in that list.
Yeah, definitely. So Maestro, what do you think about the list?
I mean, it's a solid list. Look, CP3 ain't winning one. Let's just he ain't getting it. And that's my look. Yeah, I respect this game. When you think about point guard, he might be one of the last real ones left. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, like, I like Chris Paul. I like his game more so when he was in his prime. But then this little renaissance thing he been on since OKC. But definitely him. I like that. I like KD because not necessarily because of the leader thing. Look, I have come to terms that KD just want to play basketball, and he just want to be able to play basketball. He don't want to be a leader. He just don't want to do it. So I just want him to win one just because that's my man's.
Where's your KD blanket at?
Where's
the poster at?
Yeah, that's my man. Hey, man, that's my man. I don't like that shit Fat Joe said. That's my man.
Maestro cape, yo. Come on, man.
Yeah. So, but honestly, that's. I mean, Paul George is somebody I would have added. I would want on that list. Paul George is definitely somebody I would want to add to that list. But it's solid list.
Yeah,
that's definitely a solid list. You surprised me with the Jimmy Butler one. But nonetheless, a solid list. What I would do is I would certainly put Embiid on there. I would definitely put Chris Paul on there. Definitely James Harden. I would put Jason Tatum on there on that list because yes. I
don't think he's there yet. When he gets to
26,
30,
he's like 26.
That's what I'm saying.
Well,
that's why I can't go there with him.
Well, look, when you play for the Celtics, the standard is the standard, right?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And when he got there, weren't they in the conference finals against LeBron his first year?
Rookie year.
Rookie year. Right. And ever since then, they've been to like 5 conference finals. They've been to the finals already. I think that's a guy, and people have touted Jason Tatum as one of them ones. You know what I'm saying? So I think he definitely needs to win a championship. If you're talking top 5 players that need to win one, I think he belongs on that list.
I say if he ain't there by 28, talk to me. Like 26 is I get it because since 19 he's been in them conversations. But I think that's different for somebody like a Jimmy Butler who's however the hell he is, and that's a different conversation when you've been to the finals. You know what I'm saying? But like, dude ain't even as good as Jason Tatum is. He ain't even really started playing ball yet. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's coming into...
Well, because I guess so your list has the players maybe, 28 and over?
Maybe.
kind
I
of a
mean,
thing?
I didn't think about it that far, but maybe. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's just so young. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I
It sounds
get
like you're saying he's too young.
Yeah,
That's what it sounds like you're saying.
it's too young for that pressure to be on him, is what I'm saying.
Okay. I get it.
It's been
I can get the age thing. I can get the age thing. For me, it's because you played for the Celtics and that team's got 17 banners in its building. So
for sure.
You play for them. The standard is always going to be championship or nothing else. So
for sure.
But I guess my fifth guy, I was thinking about Devin Booker a little bit, but you'd probably clap back with the fact he's still young, right? He's like 26, 27, something 26, like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
I would have had him on there just because he's been to the finals and that didn't turn out so great. So I would have put him on there.
Yeah, that's not fair. He was too young for that too. Playing against Greek Freak. Hey, just plug anything you want to plug, man. Again, we appreciate you coming on and spending some time with us. Just plug anything you want to plug. Anything you want the listeners to know.
No, man, just check out the show whenever you get a chance. You know, I appreciate everything, you know, the likes, subscribes, whatever the case may be. Just check out the show Above the Rim Podcast. Whenever y'all get a chance, get some good hoops talk. I'm about to go record tomorrow morning, so we about to get a new double EP dropped right before the playoffs. So I'm about to take care of that. And fellas, man, I appreciate y'all for inviting me, man. This is a good time. Appreciate you guys again, man. Much love to you, fellas. Much respect.
Absolutely, man. See you in the internet streets.
Much love to you too, bro.
Yes, sir.
Of course, brother. Take it easy, man. Appreciate the invite, fellas.
Yes, sir. No doubt. Appreciate you. No doubt. Dope hoops talk right there. Justin from the Above the Rim podcast. Check him out on all your social media platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff, even iHeartRadio, Spotify, and all that good stuff, man. Hey, I just got one more thing, man, and shout out to everybody in the chats. We got a lot of eyeballs on this episode tonight, man. We appreciate the viewership. We appreciate everybody in the YouTube live. Mike Patton, I see BS3 up in here. I see a whole bunch of folks on Instagram live here. HRAP-B, appreciate everybody tuning in. I got one more thing, man. So over this past week, did you happen to see Taylor Rooks on social media this week? Okay. So
you referring to the green dress stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't follow. Look, I'm bad at that. I don't really follow people or rackers, you know, but I count on y'all basically. I follow
I mean, you didn't see it on your screen, like as you were scrolling. You didn't happen to.
Okay, yeah. I thought I don't, because I don't follow Taylor Rooks, but yes, I saw the dress.
Okay, yeah. I in the same context, I saw it the same way you would have saw it. I'm just scrolling through the phone and I see her in this green dress. So she must have been at a GQ event or something like that, because there were other pictures of her in the dress. And then also, and I don't know who took the camera or the video of her, you know, posing, but that's what I saw. That was the first thing I saw, right? And shout out to her and Joy Taylor, because whoever did the marketing for their podcast, bro, I just got to say the skin is on point. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, about to say you don't want to objectify them too much. You got a frying pan upstairs, so don't get the crazy.
I'll just leave it at that. The marketing was A+. Let me just keep it at that. Okay, so back to the dress, the green dress that Taylor Rooks wore. Which let me just first say, I got no problem with it. I know, you know, people get crazy in the comments and stuff like that.
So people had a problem with it?
Yeah. I saw some stuff where it was just like, guys, it's okay. It's fine. I got no issues with it whatsoever. But I think the funniest moment for me was what was trending because of the dress she wore. So the term that was trending on Twitter was Havana Gingers.
Oh, Havana Ginger. Yeah. Get into it.
So you already know.
Yeah.
You already know, man.
Facts.
I couldn't stop crying, bro. I couldn't stop crying. So to give the people out there a little bit more context, so the dress she wore, so she didn't wear a bra. She had what looked like nipple covers.
This happens a lot. This is
it does.
The wave.
It does, right?
Yeah.
It is, which is why I didn't have an issue with what she wore. So yeah, she had nipple covers on the dress, underneath the dress and whatnot. But people in the comments was saying, "Yo, like she got some Havana Gingers." That's what they called it.
Mm-hmm.
And if for the people out there that are familiar with that term, y'all would know what that's being referenced as.
Shout out to Havana Ginger.
That was funny, bro. I mean, the fact that it was trending was
that's fire.
Was crazy.
It was fire.
That was crazy.
You took me back with that one.
Wild stuff. And for the folks that don't know about that, just do a Google search.
Google search. That's all.
Yep.
Look, I ain't never heard nobody.
Just do a Google search. Just do it on your own laptop though. Don't be at work. Don't be at work doing it. Don't be on the company computer doing it.
Facts.
Do it on your own laptop or your smartphone or whatever. But shout out to Taylor Rooks. Shout out to Joy Taylor. They doing their thing in creating content.
And I have got to
all that
listen
stuff.
to that. Have you listened to that podcast? I gotta listen to it.
I've just seen highlights, but I haven't had a chance to listen to a full episode. But I did check out some of the episode that they did when they was on the Pivot podcast. Okay. Shout out to them too for getting them on. But I did watch some of that, and that was an interesting.
I don't know. I like that. I like the way. I don't pretend to know Joy Taylor. I just just seem she got this.
You just like her. That's all.
No, but even when you listen to her talk, she bad to the motherfucker. But she got this little. I don't know. She got this little. I don't know how to describe it, but not that her sports takes are good sports takes, but it's just a little.
They are.
It's just a little attitude of I like women that got a little attitude in their talk.
She a cusser now. She a cusser. Yeah. You'll like that. You'll love that.
Yeah, I like a little bit of. I like a little season. I just like a little seasoning on it. You know what I'm saying? She got a little seasoning on her talk. So
you'll love that.
I'm definitely going to make it my business to listen to an episode sometime.
Me too. Me too. I think they're about 6 episodes in, but like I said, I've only watched like the clips and stuff, so I haven't really, dove into,
she's her voice. Her voice is an easy listen for me. That's what I'm trying to say.
Got you. Yeah. No doubt. Again, shout out to the chats, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram Live. Shout out to everybody tuning in. Continue to support the podcast. Thanks again to the homie Justin for coming through.
Yes, sir.
With some good hoops talk as well. That was fun. Continue to follow us on the social media, guys. At Barbershop SPOR2, at Maestro Styles is where you can find us on Twitter. We got the Facebook page. Click the like button. We got the YouTube channel. Click the subscribe button. Also, you can find us on Twitch as well. Also, if you got questions or comments, you want to email us, hit us up. barbershopsportstalk1@gmail.com is where you can email us at. And write a review on any of these audio platforms, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Google, Apple. It goes a long way.
Yes, sir.
Definitely appreciate all the love and all the support from everybody. We'll be back next week with another dope one for certain as these playoffs continue to go on. So, Maestro.
Yes, sir.
We good, man.
Yes, sir.
One love. Peace, happiness to everybody out there. And as always, folks, mind your damn business.
Drink some water.
Oh, yeah, we got him. Trey, Frazier, and Maestro Styles, we got one. Right back like we left some. We don't duck smoke, we want all of it. so line them up. Trey sharp with the blade, you know we sizing it up. I'm quick to catch the fade, you know Styles making the cut. Cause we coming out clean every time that we showing up.
It's gonna be called The Barbershop.